play against Protoss on. We'll see.
I mean, the way that TT1 played on Cloud Kingdom, if you want to play it in a style like that, Daybreak doesn't play out all that different. You could say maybe it's a little bit harder to wall off.
It's a little bit longer of a map, but not a whole lot, especially when you just knock down those rocks in the middle. That was a very typical, like, you're seeing so many Protoss players learn, if I push right when he wants to make Broodlords, I can kill him.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what TT1 did. That's exactly what TT1 did there. And
apparently, we were following your camera, Ben, and not mine.
Uh-oh.
So you were looking.
You can fix that. I'll just lock it in on your cam, Kev, and that won't be an issue.
That won't be an issue, but it would still be better if you follow my camera, because there's always a little bit of delay if you follow it like that. So production crew, if you could switch it up, that would be awesome. Of course, Ben, jEcho is our Zerg player on the right top side of Daybreak.
And his opponent, TT1, is spawned down in the bottom left as the yellow Protoss. And we should just take one moment to thank some of the awesome sponsors that we have that are putting this whole thing together. Epson, the #1 projector brand worldwide, has been with us all the way, as have AZO monitors, the monitors that we use at all of our North American Star League events. We also want to thank some of our Canadian sponsors who are just working with us here. Microbytes, for example, the largest independent computer retail store chain in Quebec. They've provided a lot of the hardware that we need to run this show, so much love to those guys.
They're like, yeah, Canadian sponsors.
Yeah, Canadian business.
Yes. You see a Nexus first opening over here for TT1, and jEcho also already dropped his first hatch. Actually, we put it down there, but it doesn't really matter if he wants it to open the way he does. Spawning pool is almost done. It was a 14 spawning pool. So far, Ben, everything is standard.
It can be sometimes dangerous to put the hatch that far away if your opponent goes Forge before Nexus. But that's not what TT1 did here. He went Nexus and then Forge, and that makes cannoning basically an impossibility because Lings are going to be out.
Yep. And he also didn't do it the last game, so I guess that's why jEcho didn't really worry about it. I was surprised that we did not see a single bit of delaying, and we're not going to see it again by TT1. But it worked very well for him, and I'm so curious to see, Ben, if he's going to open up with that 3 Stalker again. Even though he didn't do all that much with it, what he did do with it was perhaps make scouting a little bit harder, but there was an Overlord in the right position. But he forced out a couple of slow links, and he had map control, and he probably made himself feel safe, which is very important.
It was a pretty interesting opening, and I really like, in general, anytime a player does something that allows him to just take map control, that's so good. And when I saw him build that second gate, I wondered, is he going to just make Stalkers? And he did. Yeah. And he didn't do much with them, but it was still cool.
I mean, he probably made himself feel safe with them. And as a player, you all know, as long as you feel safe, you often play a lot better. Because when you're afraid, you're going to worry about everything. And when you worry about everything, you're kind of safe against nothing, because there's no possible way that you can cover everything. But TT1 run around with the Stalkers, took control of the map a little bit, forced out a couple of links, and I think he was very satisfied with it. Yeah, this time, however, he's opening up with a Zealot that he skipped in the previous game, so it's going to be a little bit different. Also, no second gate yet. Interesting.
And beyond that, nothing else looks really noteworthy. jEcho playing a very standard gasless Zerg style right now, and TT1 still working on just those initial 2 gases. He's getting +1. This does open up the possibility for things like 3 and 4 gate pressure builds.
I heard like we're switching the sounds around a little bit, but everything should be fixed now, guys. You should be following my screen, and you guys should have my sounds. So no worries. I'm starting to feel the same way, Ben. Exactly as you. We see +1 on the way. Wouldn't be surprised to see 3 gates going down real soon. A lot of chrono boosts, or at least second chrono boost, I believe, already. You saw that jEcho just poking in right there with the Overlord, but he got that crucial information. He sees the cybernetics core spinning, and that's often already a tell.
Yeah, and he also sees that the 3rd and 4th gases have not been taken, which is a big hint towards what TT1's doing. We see him adding these other 2 gateways, 3rd gate going down, so it could very possibly be some 4-gate pressure, Kev.
Yep, and you also see that right now. In the last game, TT1 was chrono boosting his Nexus all the time. That's why he was ahead of in workers for such a long time. Right now, 6 minutes, 40 seconds in the game, they're already even on workers. And that is, of course, a big difference, which also means that TT1 is going to have to make at least something happen.
He is getting that pylon down, and Stalker Zealot making their way into the 3rd base of jEcho. He's got no units out, just these Zerglings. +1's not done yet.
Oh, but those are actually enough Zerglings. TT1 is going to have to run back. Violent is not ready yet.
They really want to get that Stalker, and they will surround the Stalker. It's going to fall. Zealot will fall as well. +1's still not finished. jEcho sees the pylon. He doesn't want to commit to it.
Wow. TT1 actually got a probe into the main base. He wanted to see what was going on. He saw the roach one.
Now the Ling's going to go get that pylon. And will TT1 warp in? He will. And these Zealots should dispatch these Zerglings. But immediately jEcho starts to make some roaches. 6 roaches on the way, and I do think that this is more than enough early warning for him to be able to deal with this push.
I cannot imagine that TT1 is going to wipe in much more. Maybe a Stalker or two just to fake aggression, since Stalkers are quick enough anyway to run away. I don't think he's going to wipe in any more Zealots. He will probably just stay with it.
Great creep spread here by a Zerg player. This is what really allows him to respond to this so strongly.
Much easier.
I mean, TT1, he obviously doesn't want to warp in on the creep because it's just like, these units are going to be so fast. I don't want to deal with that.
TT1 losing that pine and supply block him, and he only made 1 new one, so he's kind of supply blocked right now. It's going to take quite a while. Now I kind of wonder if that triggers the reaction. Okay, I'm going to have some minerals saved up right now. Is he going to try to take a really quick third base?
Well, I don't know. I kind of, well, 3 more gates go down, so that sort of makes me feel like no, but we'll see. We will see.
jEcho is actually being quite adventurous with all these slow links and slow roaches. There are a couple of sentries, but jEcho is not running up that ramp.
TT1 already splitting up his army a little bit, just making sure that, well, I guess he was just chasing that Zergling. Still no probe down towards that third. One of the things that I like a lot about this Immortal-centric style that Protoss players have been starting to toy around with is you can take a third base or you can go pressure, and they both kind of look the same. You don't really know until it actually happens. But the Warp Prism
until you see something like this. Warp
Exactly.
Prism often a very big tell. I kind of wonder if he's going to follow that with an Observer as well. Some people might say it's a waste, but I really think it helps out a lot taking out those creep tumors immediately. jEcho did have control of the Zalnaga Watcher, so I think he has a pretty good idea what he's facing.
Yeah.
But I don't think Roach Speed is going to be ready in time, so it's all going to come down to that first crucial engagement. This is actually a little bit...
Whoa, what are you doing out there, Queen? Dying, Kev.
Poor Queen, man. The wrong day to be a Queen.
jEcho is responding by making a lot of units. He did see the sentry count. Anytime you see that many sentries out on the map, it is absolutely a big tell.
You mentioned the creep spread before, Ben, and this is so crucial. Getting a tumor across his side blocker can often make your life so much easier. jEcho knows exactly what's going on. He's going to lose that Overlord. He will have a small window left, but not much bigger than that.
And he's just going to come right forward. He's going to try to fight immediately.
Oh, I love him.
Force fields by TT1. He's going to kill a lot of roaches here, and this is going to make this push so much stronger. Immortal not even losing half of its shield.
The Immortal is ready for already 6 kills. That Immortal, it was like in the front of his army, but he still did not die.
Bad rally point means 1 more roach is going to fall. And, oh man, jEcho in a little bit of trouble here, Kev. He's trying to get some spine calls up. Those will help. 14 roaches on the way as well.
And I love that TT1 did bring that Observer, man. It's going to make his life so much easier once all those tumors are done. These roaches are very far out of position. Yes, they are buying time, but if all of them will fall...
Oh, don't get force fielded. If he does, he's going to lose every one of them. He wants to get this pylon. He's got units coming in from every angle. He's doing a great job of buying time, and TT1 kind of chasing the army here.
Yes.
But supply block now for jEcho. 6 Overlords at once, and that's all he's going to be able to do until they pop. Scary times, Kev.
Still 2 Immortals. 2 Immortals is not that many. If jEcho would have all of his units right now at once, but so many of them are still in production with those 2 Spine Crawlers.
Like the engagement, units fighting from both sides, and great control by jEcho, darting in and backing out at every possible opportunity. Spine Crawlers also doing some good damage. Great force fields by TT1.
TT1 is taking a lot of damage now, actually. Finally losing a lot of units as well. The Immortals are still alive. Now jEcho decides to focus them.
Supply-wise, though, it looks like TT1's getting closer and closer.
Oh,
jEcho down to just 110 supply, gets 101, and he's battered back all the way to his third base. This base will be abandoned, so TT1 doing some great damage here. And this is actually getting really, really bad for our Zerg player.
We have still 16 Stalkers alive against only Roaches right now. There's only 1 Immortal though. That's the only thing that he can hold on to. Nice job right there. Picked off a Roach from the high ground since TT1 did not have vision
So
yet.
many sentries though, and they all have enough energy for at least a few more force fields. Here we go. Zerglings are here. They're going to add a lot to this army. Roach is going to crash in one more time. Immortal is taking heavy damage. Immortal
More
is
Prism.
not gonna fall. Oh, great micro there by TT1. Picks up the Immortal and then unloads again. Drones coming out. And jEcho is pulling everything that he has.
Oh, he saves the Immortal again.
And again he saves the Immortal. The Roach is coming forward as they're trying to be microed into it. Excellent control by TT1. And jEcho has not got enough, Kev. He's lost all the drones. 33 drones killed.
Only 28 drones remaining. Supply-wise, it's still sort of close, but despite losing the Immortal, TT1 looks great and will take the series.
GG. Well played comes out. TT1 2-0's jEcho.
TT1. That was some really, really excellent pro display by TT1. Both games. Very clean. Second game, standard strategy, but beautiful execution.
Yeah, excellent. And I like how jEcho played it too. He was buying himself time. He was running around. He was trying to flank.
Yeah.
He was microing well, but TT1's control was just beautiful. Didn't miss force fields. Kept that last immortal alive forever.
But the very first engagement was very important.
Yes.
With that one immortal in the front, I actually thought it might die immediately, but then it only lost a little bit of its shields. And after that, I think everything went really well for TT1.